As humans, we always tend to think only about ourselves without realizing the impact of our activities on Earth and its climate changes. Though there are a lot of adverse impact of climate change, but the ultimate impact would be when all the ice melt. Have you ever wondered? What if a dramatic surge of climate change melted all the Earth's ice overnight? About 5.8 million square miles of our planet is covered with ice. And if all of it were to melt overnight, the global sea level would rise approximately about 230 feet. That's enough to cover London's Tower Bridge. All the 7 continents would be partially underwater. Scary, isn't it? But sadly, this is slowly happening. And thus, here is my concept of what if we don't let the ice melt. The site chosen is Antarctica, the barometer of climate change, where about 50 to 70% of the solar radiation falling on Earth is reflected back, and also contains 70% of the total fresh water found on Earth. Design: the FREEZY growth. The FREEZY growth revolves around the idea of not letting the current climatic changes affect the ice and further trying to reduce the source of causing the climate change. The principal element of the design, being in the form of an artificial tree, serves the purpose by not letting the ice melt by the means of root-like structure which holds the snow together, and being porous, hosts the bacteria named Pseudomonas syringae, which converts the melted water back to ice proteins. Have you ever pondered? Why is there a big ozone hole right above Antarctica, which is a no man's land? This is because of the environment of Antarctica. The greenhouse gases tend to halt and react, which leads to the depletion of ozone layer. This means that we can easily capture CO2 in Antarctica. Thus, the branches of the tree acts as a CO2 collector from the atmosphere, where it can get pressurized and compressed with the energy from the windmill into CO2 ice, which can further be used in carbon sequestration. This prototype can be installed in multiples covering the coast of entire Antarctica, acting as a fort, preventing the glacier melting and mixing with the ocean water. The human intervention is done in the form of a museum, educating people about the era prior to the climate changes. Thus, through this intervention, we are using the nature itself in the form of the bacteria to aid itself with us, extending our hands to help them in the process.